Yes, guys, it's me, Justin Hopper from Vida Liverpool magazine, and I am here in New Brighton with the legendary, internationally renowned life coach, Linda B from Iceland. And she and a lovely partner have been visiting Liverpool. And whilst we're here, we're doing a little series of podcasts, just mini little podcasts, 5-10 minutes or so, approaching different subjects to do with happiness and well-being. So lots to talk about.
Yes.
But we're going to try and get to the point, hard-hitting, and as I say, there's loads of different subjects around happiness and well-being in today's world. There's a mental health crisis all over the world, even in Iceland, where Linda's from. Unhappiness and loneliness and mental health issues on the rise everywhere. So we're going to approach a few different subjects around that. And first thing we're going to talk about with Linda is, in general, happiness in today's modern world with the mental health crisis sweeping the globe. So, what would you say, Linda, the key things and, around happiness? What are the key fundamental contributing factors to happiness?
Connections. First and foremost, connections. Family, friends, getting together, not dining alone.
Yes.
Like we spoke about yesterday. And also appreciating what you've got. We are always looking for happiness as some kind of period of time. But happiness comes in those small moments. That's what's make, our happiness increase. And then we hold on to that moment. It's not like there's a period of time where we are so happy. It's the moments that counts.
Yeah.
And we should just be aware of the moments. And we should, like I said, go out of bed every morning, be grateful or say thanks for what we got.
Yeah.
Because there are so many things that we still got, no matter how hard life is.
Yeah.
So just be grateful, thankful. And like I said, the family and our connections are the most meaningful ingredients in happiness.
Yeah.
And we have forgotten about that,
Yeah.
in today's society.
Yeah. And why do you think more and more people are losing those connections and, and lacking the relationships, Why do you think that, like, in today's world, we are, you said actually one time in an article you wrote that in today's world with social media, we've never been more connected, but never more disconnected.
Yes.
Why do you think our relationships and our connections are falling apart in a way when people are suffering from loneliness?
I think that first and foremost, we are too busy. Our life has so many factors that we need to do on a daily basis. So we don't have time. Actually, we don't have time.
Yeah.
A person, let's say a mother of two, she wakes up in the morning. She wakes up at 7, let's say that. She gives the kids, their meals and dresses them. She drives them to school and kindergarten, and then she goes to work. She comes home from work. Then the kids have practices at, football practices or something.
Yeah.
So she goes there, and then she goes to the shop. She goes home. She cooks. She has to wash the laundry. She has to go to the gym. She has to do her social part, and there's no time for relationships or connections.
Yeah.
So on average, I think it was less than 8 seconds a day where parents had meaningful conversations to their kids.
Yeah.
Everything they say is, do that. Have you finished that? You should go and eat. You should do, it's always some kind of comment.
Yeah. And with today's world and, people lacking these connections, do you think as well, I think one of the big, factors, in the world to happiness is is purpose as well. Do you think people are lacking, meaningful purpose in their life,
Yes, yes, they are. And if we look way back, purpose came from, growing up, um, having children, raising children, have a relationship, and then your parents moved into your house so they could educate your kids and they could take care of them and they could even cook the meals. Now these people, our parents, they don't have any, but they are lacking, what you used?
Purpose, yeah.
The purpose. They don't have any purpose. Their grandchildren doesn't come and visit them. The kids can't come to have a meal with them because they're so busy.
Yeah.
And so we are losing what is, in the end, when we're on our deathbed, what are we going to be thinking about?
Yeah, indeed.
Our connections, our family, our friends, and what we have gained from our connections to them, not the chair that I bought in this,
All the material
fancy.
stuff. Yeah.
We're not going to be thinking about that.
Yeah.
Or how many articles I wrote. I won't be thinking about that.
Yeah.
I will be thinking about what have I done good and how my connections towards my kids and my husband and all that.
I think it's fair to say, isn't it, that people don't value, appreciate, and love the basic things, like the connections with the family and the friends and the simple things in life, because they've done happiness studies, haven't they, all over the world, and many have revealed that those who are really well off and they've got loads of material possessions in the Western world, they are actually often not as happy as people who are living such basic lives, like in tribes or very simple lives. And they find as well that, like, in a lot of these happiness studies, that, people living in, say, Scotland, in the Scottish Islands, or, in, quite remote places where life is so basic, people have got like an appreciation for the simple things. So do you think we need to, maybe in this age of technology, do you think maybe we should be trying to take it back to basics of where we find our happiness?
I'm quite sure that we need to, because we are seeing high numbers of people feeling really bad and sad and lonely. So we need to take a look at the old street, and we have to go there.
Yeah.
So I think there's no question about it. But you talked about people trying to gain as much money as they can. And they actually think that happiness lies within your bank account.
Yeah.
But the truth is, money can give you comfort. Money can bring you easy life in a way, but it will never be a substitute for real connections.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And talking about, kids growing up and happiness and finding, looking for happiness in the external, in the material things. And, I want a holiday, I want this, I want a car, I want everything. It's a very Instagrammable world we live in. Surely as well that, when it comes to happiness, we're really lacking in education in schools, teaching kids, parents and kids. And it's not the parents' fault, because a lot of the time the parents are lacking themselves.
Yeah.
But surely we should be educating children more on self-love, self-worth, self-esteem, and how to love.
Yeah, we should. And also we should be teaching our kids to be around the grown-ups. Today, they can't work until they are grown, really. So we are not letting them into our society. Like when I was young, I just went to work in the fish factory with my parents.
Yeah.
So I was a part of the grown-ups community. I learned from that. And, I got love from them. I got patience from them. And I learned my skills. So today's kids only learn from what they see on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all these celebrities and music artists and, giving off the wrong messages, aren't they? I mean, if you look at a lot of the music today that the kids are listening to, it's all like, negative, toxic things. It's about ego. It's about sexual stuff. There seems to be a lack of wholesomeness, that kids are getting taught.
Yeah. And look just how they dress, and they are trying to look like the star that they are looking up to.
Yeah.
And they talk like the person they look up to. So they are in a desperate need of role models.
Yeah.
A real role models, not just the person that dresses up and you can see on TikTok or social media, but like a person that you would really want to look like on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's too much focus, I think, on the external rather than the internal. And a lot of people are suffering mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, the well-being and the mental health. A lot of people are suffering. Before we wrap this one up and go into the next subject that we're going to be talking about very soon, you guys are going to hear that next episode coming soon. What is your, with the mental health crisis and a lot of people unhappy, what is your, any words of wisdom or advice to anyone out there who's feeling particularly unhappy in the world and with their life,
Mm-hmm. Well, reach out. Reach out for help. Reach out to your parents, probably, your people that are around you. They want to help you. And you have to change your thoughts. You are, an important person on this earth. That's why your fingerprints are like none others.
Yeah.
For example, and the iris of your eyes. You don't have the same iris as anyone on this earth, and we are 8 billions or whatever we are.
Yeah.
But no one has the same fingerprint. No one has the same iris of the eyes. So you must be important. Your life has a purpose, even though you don't see it today. It will reveal itself with time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hang on. We need to hang on in every situation. We can't give up. We have to go, and just think about there's hope. Something good is going to happen tomorrow. You have to have that mentality if you want to it's so easy. So to just say, I don't belong in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the easy part. And nobody wants me, nobody, people are better off without me. That's the thoughts that goes through their minds of the people that want to take their life, for example.
Yeah.
But I want to say to them, you are important, you do matter to many people, even though it's just your neighbor. So, and tomorrow is going to be a better day, always.
Yeah.
If not tomorrow, then the day after. So hang on to that.
Yeah, you just got to ride the storm.
Yeah.
If you're feeling in a really dark place, the weather is always changing.
Yeah.
After sunshine follows rain, but after rain follows sunshine. Things are changing all the time. You just got to ride that storm. And, we promise you that, next week, next month, next year, you'll be thinking differently.
So framing the rainbow moments.
Yes. Those little moments, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate the little things and the little moments and cherish them.
Yeah.
Stay happy, guys.